Hey runners, and welcome to the Adelaide 6-Hour Project. I'm Wayne Calvert and this is week 7. It is the final week of my sharpening phase because after this week, I now go into tapering. Oh my goodness, I have been so looking forward to this. I can't remember the last major training block for an event that I did where I have looked forward to tapering for so much, just to get a little bit of rest in the legs and to get a couple of rest days and different things, and honestly to finally catch up with some things around the house and just things in life in general. So it has been a fantastic week. I've really enjoyed it. So what did I actually do this week? And there are 3 main workouts that I really targeted this week. So this week, you know what? I've done a lot in training, and if I can't hit the volume towards the end of the week, then so be it. I've done enough. So I started off the week with a 10 by 500 meter repeat, and it meant that I really had to push it hard. It was a 500 meter repeat with a 500 meter float, and I was actually quite surprised with myself and how that went. Basically for the first lot, and I did a short video, as you can see from that sort of pace for each split, I was really excited. Has really established something strong in my running form and in my speed and in my fitness level. If I put all of those together without a float, I actually did under 17.5 minute, maybe a low 17 5K pace. And I thought, wow, that was a real boost of confidence. So, and then I went into Thursday. So I did 5 by 1K, and I made sure I kept them at or just below a 3:30 pace window. And that again was another real builder in my confidence. I've got to ask myself, does running 5 by 1K repeats benefit a 6-hour race? The answer to that is yes, it does. What it does do is it helps you in your fitness to be able to run that speed and hold that pace, so that when you go into an ultra race, your heart rate is going to work at a lower rate. What that then translates into is your body is burning less calories throughout that period. So it's extending that window of running out of calories or hitting the wall. So Friday was just all about easy running after the workout and just preparing mentally for what I wanted to do on Saturday. And Saturday afternoon, that's when I was going to do my time trial, my 10K time trial. I found the flattest area I could find out my way down at Wiseman's Ferry. It's basically a 10-kilometer road that follows the Nepean River. So with the 10K time trial, I wanted to build my confidence with being able to push hard. And there was a part of me that wanted to do a PB, which I did by 4 or 5 seconds or thereabouts. And that was a real confidence booster, because the last time I ran that fast was back in 2015. So 9 years later, I'm much fitter and faster than what I was when I was a lot younger. So I hope you enjoy this 10K time trial, because in this video, I want to go through and teach you the things that I'm thinking, so that when you go out and run a hard 10K or a 5K, you can think along the similar lines to push you through to the end. Okay, so here we go. 10K time trial, and we are off. So it's always really crucial that when you're doing a time trial, that you try to settle in as fast as you can. That first K, often people go out way too hard, too fast. On this one, I was actually quite conservative. I wanted to do 350 splits, and I hit the first one. And as you often go into the second K, your body's starting to warm up by now. You're settling in, you're starting to think about how far you've got to go. This is the time where you try to do what you can to make sure you're on pace and you're just trying to think about getting to that turnaround point at the 5k mark. Split 2, 3:41. Always going to be a little bit faster, and you're always going to feel good. And this is where it's really careful not to fall into that lull of, oh man, I could just do this the whole way through. So find things to focus on, like foot strike, running form, and all different things. So coming up to the 3rd K now, this is where things start to get a little bit harder. You got to start to focus a lot more. Keep pushing, watching that pace. It's essential that you keep fueling while you're doing a time trial of 10Ks or anything over 10Ks, because what's happening is you're burning calories really, really quick. And if you're not replacing those calories, what will happen is you'll get to about the 7k mark and then the wheels start falling off. So on this one, I had 250 calories set up for the whole run. Now I can hear a lot of people saying, what is banking time all about? For those people who've done time trials about before, you'll know exactly what it's about. Often what we try to do is go out the first half and put some extra time in the bank. The problem with that is when you get to the last kilometre or two, your legs just haven't got it. So I'm always a big believer as to trying to do negative split. That means the second half faster than what you did the first half. Right now, as I just came through the 6 kilometre mark, I remember thinking, come on, just 4Ks. And what I find helps is that I think, well, I'm travelling at just under 4 minutes. I've got 16 minutes worth of running. And I hit 7Ks, and I was thinking, come on, Wayne, you've only got just under 12 minutes of running. 12 minutes. And I try to focus on other parts of my training, where I run that takes me 12 minutes. That's also crucial that when you're 3Ks out, you've got to hold back. Don't push too fast, too early. If I've got 3Ks to go in 12 minutes, I'm thinking, you know what, I'm just going to wait until the 8K mark, see how I feel. If I'm feeling good, step it up. If not, hold it for the last kilometre. There you go, split 8Ks, 3:45. 5 seconds under where I want to be. And right now I was actually thinking, oh, I'm just going to hold it off. I'll pick it up a little bit and I just mentally prepare myself to go for it in that last kilometre. Because that last kilometre never counts.
1 more K. Push the last one.
Now it's time to push. You hit that last 1K on the buzzer and you give it everything. You just keep giving it everything. Now on this one, I could actually see my car parked on the side of the road, probably about 500 to 600 meters away, which was like seeing the finish line in a race. And it was just about looking and pushing and going. Now you'll actually see me looking at my watch quite often in the last few hundred meters, and that was just time checking.
Here it comes.
You'll notice that I'm losing a little bit of form in the last kilometres. That's normal. It's something I've always tried to work on over the years. Here we go. Last 400 metres. This is where I can actually see the car right now. Looking up and just pushing. Keep looking at that watch. Come on. And that's it. 340 on the last one. Negative split on the second 5K. So I hope you enjoyed that 10K time trial video, and I hope you were able to take some things out of it so that when you are running your next hard park run or going for your PB in a 10K or a 21K, you're able to think some of those things that I just taught you to help push you through. So the next day, all I did was a 19K. Not quite an easy run, but more a moderate run. Now that I'm going into tapering, this is the time where I start to only do speed work. I basically cut out all of my easy running to reduce my volume by half that of which I've been doing. So I've been averaging around 120 Ks a week. So in the taper week, I'll actually look to do around 60 kilometers. And most of that will come just from warm up, cool down, and speed work. That way I'm keeping my fitness, but I'm also lowering my running volume and therefore giving my legs plenty of rest. So I hope you got a lot out of this video. If it's something that you're really enjoying, I'd love it if you could subscribe, like it, share it, do all those things, and I'll see you next week. Have an awesome week with your running. See you later.